Welcome everyone. This is the foundations training. This is the training that is needed before you can trade your live money, okay? This training is gonna go over MT4 navigation. It's gonna go over lot sizes, pips, how to calculate your risk so that you know how much you're risking or you're potentially profiting before you enter a trade. The different orders, right? We have our buy limits, sell limits, stops. We have our market executions, how to take partial profits, and just all of that good stuff, how to change the candles on your MetaTrader 4 app, all of that stuff. So I hope that you enjoy this training. I'm gonna go ahead and get started now. Okay. Okay. So here we have the Forex Foundation. Now we're all gonna start with the margin levels and account balance. The majority of this training is really like how to manage your risk, okay? So if you guys go into your MetaTrader 4 app, right? If everyone just opens up their MT4 app, you're gonna see that you have, several trades running, okay? So you're gonna see balance, equity, margin, free margin, margin level, percent, all that stuff, right? Okay, to the side. Now, what I want you guys to pay attention to is the margin level with the percent sign, okay? That's what we're gonna pay attention to. Everyone knows that balance just means how much money you have in the account. The equity is your balance plus the amount of money that you're making or the money that you're, negative, okay? That's the equity. Margin, free margin, it's not important. It's just telling you how much room you have to invest or to trade. But your margin level with the percent, that's important, right? If that goes below 100, your broker is going to automatically take you out of your highest negative balance trade, your highest negative trade, right? So let's say you have $100 in your account and you have two trades running. One's at negative $50, one's at negative $40. That means you only have an equity of $10, right? So what's gonna happen is your broker is gonna start taking you out of the highest negative trade. So they're gonna take you out of your negative $50 trade first and leave negative $40 running. And then if that negative $40 gets goes too risky, well, they're gonna take that out as well, right? So your broker's not gonna allow you to lose more money than you can afford to lose. Oh man, okay. All right, oops. I'm so sorry. All right, so with all that being said, right, you don't want to start with $50 and trade like someone who has $500. You don't want to start with $100 and trade like someone who has $100,000. You have to know how to manage your risk according to your own account size, okay? So when it comes to signals, now when I created this, right, it says it is not wise to take all the signals that come out. The goal is to compound your account slowly, right? Well, actually, that is not what I'm gonna ask of you all. I'm gonna ask you to know how to calculate your risk before you get into a signal, okay? So that you are able to take all of the recommended signals so that you can compound your account, okay? You don't want 10 signals to come out in one day and you just guess on 2 to take, right? You don't wanna just say, I'm just gonna take 2 signals today. Because you might take the 2 signals that hit stop loss and the rest of the 8 signals hit take profit. So you don't want to be the person that just guesses like, okay, I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna take the next signal, I'll take the one after, right? Especially if you don't know how to read a chart. So you want to make sure that you're taking all of the signals so that you can maximize your profits. But that's according to which signals you're taking, right? I don't recommend you go take all the signals that come out. I just recommend you take the recommended signals. Okay. So what are pips and lot sizes? Okay, so like the basics video states, in most standard pairs, the pip is always the 3rd and 4th number. Now, this is only in standard pairs, okay? It doesn't apply in all of the pairs, right? Like the JPY pairs, it's not always the 3rd and 4th, but in most standard pairs it is, if you're looking at indices, futures, commodities, gold, all of that stuff, it's not the 3rd and 4th, okay? But I'm gonna show you guys how to determine which are the lot sizes in one quick second, okay? I'm sorry, the pips, how you determine the pips. So the lot sizes, right? So we have our standard, mini, micro. Our standard lot size is a 1.00 lot size. Now, for anyone that doesn't know where you put in a lot size, right? Let's say I'm about to execute a trade. I'm gonna click AUD USD, and I'm gonna click trade. Okay, and I'm gonna show you guys this later. Now, as you can see right there under market execution, I have lot size 0.10. That's gonna be your lot size right there, and I'm gonna teach you why that's important, how that, determines your risk. So a standard lot size is a 1.00 lot size, which means you are making $10 per pip, or you could lose $10 per pip. So think about pips as movement in a chart, right? So I'm actually gonna draw this out for you all in a second. Okay, now we have mini, 0.10 lot size. That's gonna be $1 per pip. So you're either making or losing $1 per movement. So as you can see, you're just moving the decimal over. And then a 0.01 lot size, that is the most minimal risk you can take here. That is 10 cents per pip. Okay, so I'm gonna share my iPad now. I'm gonna share my iPad and I'm gonna show you guys how this works. How do I do this? Give me 1 second. Can you help me? Give me 1 second. Why isn't it popping up? Issue. Oh. Slow moment. Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, perfect. So I'm sharing my iPad. I know you guys can see it because I can see it on my computer. Okay, so first we're gonna talk about lot sizes, right? Oh, snap, 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 right? Looking at my notes from Ray Rice. Okay, so here we go. Now, we're gonna do lot sizes, right? So lots. Okay, so we have our standard 1.00, which equals $10 per pip. Okay, and this is very simple, easy stuff, but I just want to make sure that everyone understands. Okay, can you tell me in the chat, what would 5.0 lot size be? Can you guys tell me in the chat? Where can I see the chat? Can I see it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Perfect. Okay, $50 per pip. Okay, just remember that, right? A pip is a movement. Okay, that's a movement. So that's standard. Then we have, I believe, it's either a mini or micro. I don't want to sound ignorant. It's mini. Okay. Okay. So then we have mini. Okay, that's going to be 0.10, which equals $1 per pip. Okay, so if I do 0.70, how much is that? Oh, check the mic. Am I muted? No. Okay, $7 per pip. Okay, perfect. Okay, and then we have our micro, 0.01, which equals 10 cents per pip, which is the lowest one, right? So the micro, which is 0.01, 10 cents per pip, a lot of people love that because it's the less riskiest, but I'm gonna be honest, just crank it up a tiny bit. 0.02 is gonna be double that, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys how to determine where to find your pips, okay? So right here, MetaTrader 4, right? Okay. You guys can see right here, we have simple and advanced, right? Now, if you look at advanced, if you see every currency pair has the price next to it. And if you see every price has two numbers that are bigger than the rest of the numbers, right? So if we all look at AUD USD, you can see the 65, right? 0.68654. The 65 is what you're going to use to calculate the pips. And the last number, which is 4 now, that's the pipette, okay? The pipette is always dropped. So in this case, yes, the pips are the third and the fourth number after the decimal. So this is right, yes. But then if we look at USD JPY, it's not the third and the fourth number after the decimal. It's the first and the second number after the decimal. You can see right there, it's 16. Okay, drop some ones in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. How the two numbers that are going to help you calculate those pips, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do it. It's very simple. Don't pull your hair out. I just want you guys to keep this in mind, okay? Okay, perfect. Now, before I move forward, right, because I just wanted to detail for you all the different lot sizes and stuff like that. I wanted you guys to see, and I wanted you guys to see where we're going to get the pips, right? But before I move forward, let me go back to my PowerPoint real quick, right? So, okay, we're not using that small rule of thumb. Okay. So this is how to calculate your risk, okay? Or your money that you're potentially making and losing manually, right, by hand. This is if you have time. But we realize that people don't have time, right? If there's a signal that comes out at 3 a.m. and you're in bed, are you really about to pull out a notebook and a pencil to calculate your pips and how much you're willing to risk? Probably not, okay? But if you want to take a screenshot of this, this is how you do it the manual way, okay? So I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this, just to kind of walk you through it a little bit. The stop loss, you're subtracting entry minus stop loss, and you're taking the price, and you're going to get a number. In this case, it's 0.367. Remember that you're dropping the last number because that's basically the pipette. Now, you're going to convert that into pips. That gives you 36 pips. And then, based off of your lot size, you're going to convert your lot size into money. Wait, right? So in this case, 0.02 lot size is 20 cents per pip. So now you're going to multiply 36 times 20 cents, which is $7.20. Now, if you're new, you're probably sitting there like, Raquel, I don't think this is for me. No worries. No worries at all. I'm going to show you guys how to do this. You don't need to come in and be doing math equations all day long, right? So, okay. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my iPad, okay, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this, because this is actually kind of simple, okay? But I want to make sure that I make this look as simple as possible. So, all right, back to my iPad. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a signal, right? So let's look at a signal that came out this morning. I remember I dropped one, so I'm going to look for that one. Okay. Sell AUD USD. Okay, so we have sell AUD USD. By the way, sell AUD USD, when you see just sell, that means by market execution, okay? That means by market execution. Unless the signal specifies sell limit, sell stop, it's always going to be market execution, okay? Sell AUD USD by market. Okay, cool. Entry price is going to be 0.68850. Stop loss is going to be 0.69450. TP1, I know someone's going to ask me about the difference in TPs, so I'll tell you now. 0.68650. Actually, I'll tell you in a second the difference between TPs. We're just going to use TP1. Okay, when you're new, just TP1. You don't need to worry about the other TPs. TP1 is basically the less riskiest. It'll almost always hit. TP2 is just a further take profit, okay? So, all right, I'm gonna show you guys that later though. Okay, sell AUD USD by market. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just giving this here. No one told me how much I'm potentially risking. All I know is to put these numbers into the app. But what if I want to know what appropriate lot size should I use? How much am I potentially losing? How many pips am I risking? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my MetaTrader 4 app and I'm going to look for AUD USD. Okay, we just went over that together. AUD USD. You guys see the two numbers that are highlighted or the bigger than the rest? It's the third and the fourth number after the decimal. Okay, it's the 64. Okay, cool. You guys see that, right? You guys are with me, right? Hopefully. Let me pull up the chat just in case. Yes, perfect. Okay. So we have the third and the fourth number after the decimal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna highlight that. Okay, what color do I like? I love playing with the colors on my iPad. So it's gonna be the third and the fourth number, right? Now what I just did is gonna take like 5 seconds to do, right? I'm just showing you guys, it doesn't take that long. Okay, so boom, those are my, that's what I'm gonna use for the pips, okay? Okay, perfect. Sorry, okay. Now, with a sell and a buy, right? Let me just get into something real quick. A sell means that price is gonna go down, okay? You're anticipating price to go down. This is a sell. In a buy, you're anticipating price to go up, okay? This is a buy, okay? All right, so if I know that we're selling the Australian dollar for the US dollar, okay? I'm gonna highlight this stuff for you real quick. So here, this is gonna be our entry price. So we know because we are selling, right? We're selling. That means our safety net or our stop loss is gonna be up top, okay? Our stop loss is gonna be up top and our take profit is gonna be at the bottom. Okay, just remember this. This is what helps me. I need to know the direction in which things are going, right? So, okay. And I'm just kind of drawing this out for you all. You're probably not going to have to do this every time you trade, but just hear me out. 69450 BP 0.68850, and then you have TP 0.68650. Okay, so now I know. Okay, cool. This is my stop loss. This is my entry price. This is my take profit. Okay, so to calculate the pips, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my stop loss and I'm gonna subtract my entry price. Okay, hopefully this makes sense. I'm gonna take my stop loss right here minus my entry price. Okay, so it's 45. So it's 6945. If you guys see right here, this is a 9, this is an 8. Okay, so I'm really gonna take 945 minus 885. Okay, 945 minus 885. Now I know the third and the fourth decimal, or the third and the fourth number after the decimal are the ones that count. However, because, right, the second number has gone up to 9, we're gonna use the 945 minus the 885. And I'll show you guys a more easier example after this if someone needs it. 945 minus 885, that's gonna be 60, okay? My risk is 60 pips, okay? Boom, here I have 60 pips. So now, to calculate my potential profit, I'm gonna do my entry price, right? Because I'm going down in order. Entry price minus my take profit, okay? And what is that? All right, so entry price. So this time you can see that there's an 8 here and there's an 8 here. Okay, so I don't need to use that number. So I'm gonna do 85 minus 65. 85 minus 65, which is 20. Okay, so this, my potential profit is 20 pips. Now I'm gonna be completely transparent with you all. This is a really bad risk to reward. You're risking triple the amount that you're potentially making. I mean, that's why you now know how to calculate your pips. So you're saying, is it worth it, right? Is it worth it for you to risk 60 pips to make 20 pips? That's just something that you have to decide by your own, right? No one can tell you, yes, do it. You have to be able to determine that for yourself. So let me clean this up a little bit because it's looking a little messy, okay? So boom. Okay, all right, perfect. So now that I know that I'm risking 60 pips to potentially make 20 pips, now I need to know how much money that is. So, okay, how much money should we start with? Let's say the average person starts with $100, okay? So let's do $100. So I'm starting with $100. I have $100. I saw, this is my first signal, right? It's Sunday. This is my first signal that I'm gonna take. So I know that there's 60 pips, right? So first, let's start with the micro lot, okay? Let's start with the micro lot, which is 0.01. Let's see how much I'm about to risk. 0.01 equals 10 cents per pip, okay? So if I bring this 60 over, right? And multiply 60 pips of risk, 60 pips times my 10 cents. How much is that? Tell me in the chat. 10 cents times 60 pips. Hopefully you guys aren't sleeping. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay, yes. $6. Yes, $6. That is how much you are risking. You are risking $6. Okay, risk. At 0.01. Okay, now let's calculate how much we're potentially making. So now, let's do, okay, yeah. So we're gonna do 20 pips. 20 pips times 10 cents. How much is that, friends? 20 times 10 cents is $2. Bingo. $2 profit. Okay? So we're risking $6 to potentially make $2. Now, if you in your heart, you're saying, okay, $6, that's not much for me. I'm willing to risk more. Then all you need to do is this. Look, literally, it's simple. Now it's so simple, okay? Now, let's say 0.01 means you're risking $6. That means 0.02, you're gonna be risking $12. That means at 0.03, you're gonna be risking $18. Just for this trade though, just for this trade. Okay, so you determine, okay, am I willing to risk, okay, if I'm willing to risk more than $6, am I willing to now risk $12, $18? Where is gonna be your cutoff? In the same way that you're determining this stuff, right? That's the same way. This is for risk, right? Risk, stop loss. Now profit, right? TP. So now we know that to profit, we're making $2 at 0.01. We're making $4 at 0.02. We're making $6 at 0.03. Drop some sevens in the chat if you understand what I just did. Drop some sevens in the chat if this makes sense. Okay. I will be able to do another example, but I want to make sure that I broke this down for you all. this is how you can determine, right? Now, like I said, no one has time in the mornings to pull out a piece of paper. All you need to do is that mental math, right? You need to look at this box right here, this box, and do, okay, cool, 85 minus 65 is 20, okay, that means it's 20 pips. So if my lot size is 0.01, that's 10 cents per pip, so that's $2. Okay, $2 at 0. Okay, now it's $4, now it's $6. That's how you do it. That's how I do it personally, okay? But you just need to know the foundation of how to do this. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I can do another example for you all in a moment, but that's how you do that, okay? Let me keep going. Okay. All right. Okay. Importance of watching basics videos, right? So make sure that you watch the basics 100 and 200 videos before you start trading your real money. Honestly, before you even watch this training. But if you're here now, it's totally fine. It's important to watch those basics videos. That is basically, you know, your alphabet for success. If this is like learning a new language, you need to know the alphabet, okay? You'll be able to thoroughly understand. Why would you not want to become an expert? Watch 3 videos a day, pace yourself. You will eventually be able to call your own trades without having to rely on someone else due to this, yes. So if you need to know how to access those basics videos, they're right there, but you can also go into the welcome letter. Okay, ooh, I love this one right here. This is one of my favorites. Oh no, I woke up late. Can I still put the trade in? I'm going to show you guys exactly how to determine when it's too late to get into a trade, right? Because the worst thing is to be someone new and try to blow up your mentor's phone who's probably asleep and saying, can I still get in? And you're like, dang, I missed it, right? And then 5 hours later, you see TP hit and you're like, man, I could have still got in. Or to be that mentor and have everyone blowing you up like, can I still get in? Can I still get in? Right? So you don't want to be any of those people. So I'm going to show you exactly how to determine when it's too late to get into a trade. Okay? All right. So I'm going to pull out my Gold Cup. Okay? Gold Cup is an amazing add-on. If you don't have Gold Cup, I recommend it. Okay? You can get more control of your money. Okay, so here we have a scanner, okay? And here is a signal that was sent out, I guess, yesterday or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna delete this because we don't know that TP was already smashed. This doesn't matter, okay? We're gonna use this signal that was given. So Gold Cup, when you see this, these are signals that are given by the expert. Okay, so when trading Forex, actually, I want to show you guys the different orders real quick. I'm so sorry. I have to show you guys the different orders. Please excuse me. It's not. All right, let's go over the different orders real quick before I move forward. So let's do the easy ones. Buy markets. Okay, what does that mean? That means that price is going up and the expert is telling you to buy market. That means you're gonna buy right then and there. You're not gonna wait. You're gonna buy right then and there. Okay, so right here, I'm buying, okay? And price is gonna keep going up. Boom, buy market. That's it. It's very simple. We know that we buy low and then we sell high. Okay, so for sell by market, it's gonna be the opposite. Sell by market. Okay, so, oh, okay, price is dropping. You're gonna sell right then and there. That's when the expert sent out the notification to sell. You're gonna sell right then and there. Okay, boom, and you're expecting price to drop. Okay, that's a sell by market. Okay, now we're gonna do, you know, the more, I guess, complex ones. We're gonna do buy limit. Okay. I love limits. I love limits. Okay. So what is this? This means that price is above your entry price, right? So this is going to be what's called a pending order. Pending order. It's not going to start right away, right? You ever put in a signal and you're like, okay, why didn't it start right away? That's because it's a pending order. You have to be patient when it comes to trading. You have to wait for price to reach a certain point, and then it's going to activate on its own. So what does the expert see right here? The expert sees that, you know, you're right here. You have to wait till you come here. It's going to trigger by itself, and then it's going to go up by itself. Okay, so a buy limit, just think of a buy limit as it triggers right there. This was kind of ugly, not gonna lie. That's a buy limit. Okay, price starts right here. You have to wait for it to come down to trigger itself, and then it's gonna go up and buy. That's why it's called a buy, because it's gonna sell first and then buy. Okay, so sell first, then buy. But you don't sell first. You don't say, oh, the expert sent out a buy limit. I'm going to go ahead and sell it and make the buy limit entry my take profit. Don't do that, okay? Because the expert has told you to buy limit for a reason. Sometimes buy limits don't get triggered. Sometimes the entry price doesn't get triggered. So imagine you just get in for a sell. You don't really know what you're doing. You can potentially lose money. Do you enter a buy limit differently than how you enter a buy market? Yes, you do. When you're entering a trade, right? It says trade right here. You have different orders. You see buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. Where you see market execution, you're going to click buy market or sell by market. Okay? All right. Let me go back to this real quick. So then a sell limit, okay, sell limit. I'm going to make my red a little brighter. Okay, a sell limit means that the expert is anticipating price to come up here. Okay, so you're right here. Price is going to come up here, trigger this, and then you're going to sell. Okay, so price has to go up first and then drop. Okay, price goes up before selling. Like I said, don't make the careless mistake of trying to buy just because you think it's going to go up. Don't do that, because limits don't always trigger. Okay, so those are limits. So right now we have buy market, sell by market, buy limit, sell limit. Now we're going to do sell stop and buy stop. Okay, so we're going to do buy stop first because I'm doing the buys first. So buy stop. Now this is kind of similar to a buy market. Okay, the limits were kind of the most complicated ones. The buy stops, sell stops, they're pretty easy to grasp. Okay, what does this mean? This means price is going up, right? We want price to go up. And then at a certain point, price is right here. Price is gonna come here, trigger this, and keep going up. Okay. Okay, so it's not going to trigger right then and there. It's not like a buy market, right? You see a buy market, you're literally getting in right there. A buy stop is also a pending order. It's also a pending order. It's not going to trigger right away. Okay, pending order. It's not going to trigger. You have to wait for it to reach this price before it triggers. Okay? Now, once you start learning how to trade, you'll realize why this stuff is important. Okay? Okay, so it's really going to protect you. So now sell stop. Okay, you know, price is going down. Okay, price is going down. That was really ugly. Give me 1 second. Okay, okay, price is going down, and the expert says, boom. Pretend like this is, you know, this is 7. Price needs to come down to 5. Price is going to trigger at 5, okay? So here we're at 7. We need to wait till price hits 5, and then it's going to continue selling. Okay? That's a sell stop. And then it's going to sell to, you know, I don't know, 3. That's kind of how prices are. Okay? If we're looking at a chart, in reality, in actuality, right, a chart is always moving, you know. And on the side, this is where you have your prices. Just think of price like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Just think of that. That's why sometimes you see, you know, if I was going to do it differently, you know, sometimes we see the value of a currency. They're really currency values. We see 1, and then we see 1.001, then we see 1.002, 1.003. You know, this is an example. That's how it works. And then it's going to get to 2 eventually. And then at 2, it's going to be 2.001, and then it's going to keep going up. These are literally prices. Okay? All right. So those are the different orders. Okay, so now that you guys know the different orders, this is pretty clear, right? So now that you know the different orders, I'm going to tell you guys, how do you determine when it's too late to get into a trade? Now that you know what's the difference between a sell and a buy and all of that stuff. So, okay, let's go back to gold cut. Okay, so I'm going to look at this trade. So guys, look here. Okay. Now, when you see something like this, you just have to assume and use a little bit of common sense. Okay, the red line is clearly going to be your stop loss. The green line is clearly going to be my take profit. And whatever line is in between is clearly going to be my entry price, right? The line in between the stop loss and take profit is always going to be your entry. It just makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to type out this signal real quick. So we have Euro NZD. And I know that it is a sell. Why do I know that this is a sell? Because my stop loss is above, right? So I know that I'm trying to sell to hit the green line, okay? And I'm gonna change my line. Perfect. So I know that I'm selling because when you sell, you're expecting price to drop, okay? And my stop loss is gonna be up top and my take profits is gonna be down here. So when Lano Bands, who's the expert for MA Cross Gold Cup, when he sent out this signal, he used a market execution, right? So we're gonna sell Euro NZD. This is what the signal looks like when he sent it, okay? So sell. And they're going to tell you the order, okay? They're going to tell you. But I know that he did sell Euro NZD by market. Okay, by market execution. Entry price is going to be the blue line, which is 1.75441. 75441. Stop loss is going to be 1.75885. And take profit is going to be 1.74808. Bingo, perfect. This is our signal, okay? Now, I just want everyone to take a quick guess just by literally glancing at the chart. If you're new, it's totally fine. I'm not judging you. Is it too late to get into this trade? I want you to tell me in the chat yes or no. Is it too late to get into this trade? Oops. Is it a trick question? Okay. All right. I feel like it's a trick question maybe. Okay. So yes, it is too late to get into a trade. Not because it's a buy now. It's just because we see that price already came here by the entry price and it already hit the take profit. Okay, this right here is when we entered, right? That was the entry price and we came down here. I don't know why I didn't change it. Sure, whatever. Okay, this blue line was the entry price. The last time that the entry price was up here was literally at this candle. It was literally at this candle right here, right? You've never seen price come back up there, okay? So you have to remember, you have to realize, okay, yes, entry price is 1.75441. You literally put a line right there and you realize, oh yeah, price already touched it. It already hit the take profit. It's too late for me to get in. What else can you do? What else can you do? I'm gonna show you exactly what you can do. Let me refresh this page real quick because I wanna show you guys. I mean, this is kind of the easier route, to be honest, right? Well, they're both pretty easy, okay? What happens? Oh, he sent this signal out on June 24th at 8:20 a.m. Eastern to sell Euro NZD. So what exactly do you have to do? Okay, my time is set. I'm gonna set my time to New York time. Today is the 26th. This signal was sent out the 24th. So I'm gonna go back in time to 8:20 a.m. on the 24th and see. Okay, so right now, you know, this was today, right? And I know this can seem really complex. It's not complex. Okay, so this is today. I'm gonna thicken this line. Okay, so I know that that's 8 o'clock. So then 8 o'clock yesterday, right? I'm gonna go to 8 o'clock yesterday. That's 24 hours right there. We are on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so now I just gotta go back to 8 o'clock one more time, right? Okay. Oh, this is when he sent the signal out at 8:20 a.m. Eastern. This big candle right here, this red candle, that's when he sent out the signal, okay? That's when he sent the signal out. So if I come here and I see, oh, I was supposed to get in there, and it looks like it definitely already, right? It already hit take profit. Okay, that's how you determine if it's too late to get in. You mark up some lines on your chart and you say, has price touched the entry price? Is it near the entry price? Let me get in. Okay, right now it is way too late to get in. We don't know what Euro NZD is doing. Okay, type A1 in the chat if you need another example on how to determine if it's too late to get into a trade. Type A1 in the chat if you need another example. Okay, don't be afraid. When I'm done recording at the end, I can come back and show you guys. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys one more example. And then we're gonna get into MT4 Navigation, and then I will take any questions at the end. Okay, so how to determine. So we're gonna look at a trade that came out this morning, okay? So let's just use that AUD USD one, right? The AUD USD that came out. Oops, sorry, give me one quick moment. Okay, we have AUD USD down here. Now the signal that came out earlier, I'm gonna type it up for you all. Sell AUD USD, entry 0.68, 5, stop loss 0.69450, take profit 0.68650. Okay, that's the signal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put some numbers, some lines down. First, let's see what time it came out. I'm going to show you guys both ways to determine. The first way is just literally putting a line where the time was at and seeing what price was that at. So this was sent out at 7:26 a.m. Okay, 7:26 a.m. So I know that right now I'm on New York time, and that was on the 7:26 a.m. Eastern. So right here, this is 7 a.m. Okay, so as you guys can see, at 7 a.m., price was anywhere from here to here. If you guys want to be more particular, you can really go down in the time frames. I can go down to the 30-minute time frame. I know that each candle represents 30 minutes here, right? So this right here is the 7 p.m. candle, the 7 a.m. candle, which means this candle is the 7:30 a.m. candle. This is the 8 a.m. This is the 8:30 a.m. And as you can see right down here, it shows you that, right? If you look down, it's showing you what time this is. So this is 7:30 a.m. So I know that price was somewhere in between here because 7:26 is 4 minutes before 7:30. This is the 7:30 candle. So price is anywhere between there, okay? You don't have to do all this though. You can really just eyeball, but that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna put down some lines, okay? So, okay, 7:26 a.m., price is around here. Entry price, 0.6885. If I literally hover over, the entry price, I can see, okay, this is where we got in, 0.6885, right? You just literally put down you just put a line down. That's it, okay? The expert is saying we need to get in at around that price. You don't need to get in at exactly that point, right? I remember when I was new and I was like, I need to hit 0.6885. If it's anywhere around that, right, it's okay. That's fine. You can get in 5 pips below, 5 pips above, that's fine. Okay, you don't need to exactly wait for 0.6885 because you're selling by market. You're selling right then and there. Okay, that's why we say just try to get in as soon as the signal gets sent out. But another way to determine if price is too late, right? If you're too late to catch it, now I'm gonna put down my stop loss. So can you guys tell me in the chat, is stop loss gonna be above my entry price or below my entry price? Stop loss gonna be above my entry price or below my entry price if I'm selling? Above, yes. Yes, it's gonna be above. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the stop loss, 0.69450. I'm gonna put a random line down, okay? And I'm gonna make this red just because red means stop loss, okay? Boom, and then I'm gonna put my coordinates, what was it? 0.69450. Sheesh, where is the stop loss? Did I type it in wrong? Oh, wow. Yep, it sure is. It's right up there. Okay. Oh, and I have to show you guys one more trick about pip calculations. I forgot to do that. Okay. Now my take profit is 0.68650. I'm gonna make this one green. Okay, coordinates 0.68650. Okay. Now, someone asked this earlier. Is this something we should have not gotten into because the risk to reward was bad? Well, that's what I'm saying. It's up to you. Now that you know how to calculate risk and calculate pips, you determine, are you willing to risk 60 pips to make 20 pips? That's up to you. Okay, so now I'm coming back here. It is 2:53 a.m. and 2:53 p.m. Eastern, and I'm trying to figure out if it's too late to get in. Absolutely, it is absolutely late to get in because price, right? This was when it was sent out. Price already hit the green line. It already hit the take profit. Okay, so that's how you can determine if it's too late to get in. Now, another thing about pips that makes it way, 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 way easier, I'm so sorry I forgot to mention to you all, there is this ruler right here on the side. You see this toolbox? There's a ruler right here. If you drag this ruler, let's say from our take profit to our entry price, okay? You guys see right there, it says 200. That means 20 pips. You're gonna get rid of the last number, okay? Get rid of the last digit. That's 20 pips. That means you're potentially profiting 20 pips. So instead of going through that whole hassle that I showed you guys at the beginning, which is fine, I think everyone should practice that. You can simply grab your ruler and drag it. Okay, now let's say we wanna see how much we're risking again. We'll drag it from the entry price up to the stop loss. Okay, let me move this little toolbar right. Oh, 600. 600 is not really 600, it's 60 pips, okay? You wanna drop the last digit. Does that make sense to you guys? Drop a number 1 in the chat if that ruler trick, wow, you didn't know that, and now you do. Drop a number 1 if that makes sense. Perfect, perfect. So that's how you can determine your risk. So now that you know 60 pips, like I said, go back to the trick. Okay, 60 times 10 cents is $6. 60 times 20 cents is $12. 60 times 30 cents is $18. Now you can determine how much you're willing to risk. Okay, okay, perfect. So now I'm just gonna show you guys really quick on the MetaTrader 4 app. I'm gonna show you guys how to take partial profits, how to put your stop loss in profit, how to put your stop loss in entry, and all of that good stuff. But before I do, I want to show you guys what exactly that means, okay? So let's bring up another chart and, you know, we're gonna do a sell, okay? This is random, okay? I just want to show you guys what is the purpose of putting your stop loss at entry, okay? So let's say, and I'm not gonna make this too complex. This right here is your entry. So we're gonna make it blue. This right here is your stop loss. So I'm gonna make it red. And then this is gonna be your take profit down here. This is just an example, okay? So we know that we're selling, okay? The whole point here is that you are going to sell. So, okay. Now, as you can see, we got in, whoa, we got in at a wick entry, right? Wick entry, price has already shot down for, you know, 42 pips. And now, right now, where price is at, it's 25 pips. We are 25 pips in profit. So when you are in profit, you want to make sure you're securing your profits, you're protecting your money. If you are already in the profit side, you know, you want to make sure that you somehow take some money. You don't want to risk anymore. You see it's going in the right direction? So what we're going to do is, this is what putting your stop loss at entry means. Instead of, you know, instead of potentially risking that price is going to come here and it's going to go here and it's going to, you know, do this and go hit stop loss when you were already 45 pips in profit. Instead of that happening, you want to protect your trade. So instead of this, we're going to bring our stop loss all the way down to where you entered. Okay, let me drag it down a little bit more. There we go. We're going to bring our stop loss down. So now, let's say price is right here. Right, price is right here, but if it goes back and hits your stop loss, you didn't lose any money. Yeah, you didn't win any money, but that's better than not losing anything, right? I mean, that's better than losing stuff, than losing money. So that is the whole point of putting your stop loss at entry. Now your money is secured. We're just waiting for price to go ahead and shoot down to hit take profit. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this on the MetaTrader 4 app. Now the next example, right? Let's say you want to put your stop loss in profit. This right here is stop loss at entry. Okay, let's say we want to put our stop loss in profit. That means we're going to grab our red line and we're going to put it down past the entry, right? The blue is the entry price. We're going to pass it down to in profit in case, right? Price decides it just wants to randomly turn around here. Guess what? You still secured money. You still secured 15 pips. You still secured 15 pips. Okay. That is what securing your money, protecting your profits means. So now I'm gonna switch this over to my phone and I'm gonna show you guys how to do this, okay? So give me one quick second. And then I'll be done, I promise. So, while we wait, I want you guys to drop some smiley faces in the chat if you got some value out of what you just learned today. Drop some smiley faces in the chat. What is the ID? 363-834-927. Drop some smiley faces in the chat. Okay, okay. All right. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to my MetaTrader 4. Oh, I didn't have to do this. It's okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna record. All right, hold on, give me one quick second, family. I'm so sorry. I forgot about the whole screen mirroring setting that there is here. I don't even have to, you know, log in through Zoom on my phone. I can just do it here. Okay. So here I have my trades are running, right? Okay. Now, what I just showed you guys was how to put your stop loss at entry, right? Let's do the stop loss at entry first. So I have this AUD USD trade running. Yeah, it's been running for, I think, months. I'm not really sure at this point. Okay, so it's running. Okay, as you can see here, this is where I bought. Now it's all the way up here, right? Drop some twos in the chat if you would secure some profits, right? You would definitely put your stop loss in profit at least, right? Drop some twos in the chat. Okay, good. Because I'm kind of crazy for doing this, right? It's okay. It's a demo account. So I'm going to take my entry price, and that's where I'm going to put my stop loss. This is the first example, okay? But if you guys go to your trade, you see there's a number directly under every currency pair, right? Where you see AUD USD, under that you see 0.59249. Under this one, you see 1.13490. You guys see this, right? Type yes in the chat if you see this. GBP CAD 1.75963. Yes, okay, perfect. This is your entry price, family. This is your entry price. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swipe to the left, and here I have several trades, several orders, I'm sorry, okay? So I'm gonna put my stop loss at entry. I'm gonna take that pencil, now help me remember this, 0.59249. Take that pencil, and I'm gonna put my stop loss at entry, 0.59249. Click modify. Bingo. Now you see my stop loss and my entry price are the same exact number, okay? So if I go to chart, oh, what? Oops, it won't let me zoom in that far because it's been so long. Right here, my stop loss is at the same spot as my entry price now, okay? And I'm gonna show you guys how to get those lines in a second. Now let's do one more thing, right? I'm gonna put my stop loss in profit, right? I wanna secure my profit. So I'm just gonna eyeball it, to be honest, you know, okay, I'm gonna put it right here. So that green line says 0.65013. You can't see it. Now I'm gonna put my stop loss in profit, okay? 0.65013. So I'm gonna scoot this to the left again, swipe left, and I already forgot what it was, 0.65013. 65013. Ooh, guess what? Now, you guys see this? My stop loss is in profit. My entry price is all the way over here. Now my stop loss is up here, right? So I'm most definitely gonna make some money. Out of the $2,069 that I'm making, I know I'm pocketing at least some of that, okay? So that's how you put your stop loss at entry. That's how you put your stop loss in profit. Now let's do one more thing. It's called taking partial profits, okay? Okay, let's say I have $2,069 running. I want to secure some of that, right? I need to pay my bills. So I'm going to click that check mark and I can close out some of my profits, right? So if I take those numbers that are moving, right, the lot size, I can't go over 22.22. That would be weird because I got in at 0.22, but I can always decrease my lot and take a partial profit, okay? So I'm just gonna I'm gonna close out 0.03 of the 0.22. I'm gonna close out, I need to pay 3 phone bills, okay? $282.27, I'm gonna close that out. So now, I still have $1,788 still running on my trade, and I closed some of it out, okay? Drop some threes in the chat if that made sense. Drop some threes in the chat if that made sense. And now I'm gonna show you guys, what is that called? Taking partial profits. Okay, now, last thing I'm gonna show you guys, and I'm gonna stop recording. How do I make my chart look like this, right? The default chart, in my opinion, I don't really like it. So how do you make your chart, you know, look kind of clean? Your buy candles want to be red, green. Your sell candles, you want them to be red. And you want these dotted lines to pop up because you want to know when you're going to sell, where's your stop loss, where's your entry price, all that. So you're going to go to the settings, and you guys are going to click charts. Okay, and you want to make sure that your ask price line and your trade levels are turned on. Okay, make sure that your ask price line and your trade levels are turned on. That's what's going to help you get these dotted lines, okay, in your chart. Now for the candles, you're going to go to colors. Now the only things that I touch here is bar up, bar down, bull candle, and bear candle. That's the only, I mean, you can play around with the other ones, but that's for the candles. So bar up is synonymous with bull candle. You're gonna know that in Forex trading or in investments in general, people say bullish and bearish, right? Why do they call bullish going up and bearish going down? Because apparently bears fight down and bulls fight up. That's why. Okay, so when they say the bulls and the bears are, you know, fighting or whatever, who's gonna win? Yeah, that's how. So the bar up, I'm sorry, I'm gonna make it green, and I'm gonna make my bull candle green, and then my bar down, I'm gonna make it red, and then my bear candle, I'm gonna make it red as well. Okay, so that's how you do that. Okay. Thank you so much for getting on my session. You guys don't leave. I'm just stopping my recording.